will now reconvene. Please call your next witness to the stand, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor. But before I do, if I may say a few words.
What is it, Mr. Payne?
It's about the next witness. He has a tendency to say things that rub people the wrong way, you see. So I asked the court maybe a little lenient on...
There's no need to give preface. Just hurry up and call your witness, please.
Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution called its next witness a drifter who's been taking a walk in the park on the day of the murder.
So he's a bit of a knob, is he? Right, okay.
Please state your name for the court, witness.
Before I do, I'd like to clarify a little something.
All right, go ahead.
Just now, you introduced my wonderful self to the court, correct? Perhaps a drifter who was taking a walk?
I did.
But I will not stand for that. Now you've tinted the court's eyes and coloured me wrongly. Sure, I suppose call him... Oh, God, he's another one who fucking yaps all the time. Is this old bag's grandson or something?
Yes, I understand. I'm very sorry. I'll be more careful from now on. But is he a human chatterbox?
I have to question him. Fashion, cars, women, glasses, and of course university. First rates only need apply. Remember that annoying motherfucker from a few years ago? Knowledge. That's what I'm gonna go for with him, that fucking guy. Knowledge. Glasses? But you aren't wearing glasses. Well then, I think we know whose fucking glasses these are then, don't we? That is enough! Your name, witness! Oh, is that how you want to play this? Using your power and influence to keep the young people down? I see how you work now. You old people and your dirty tricks, you thought you had me, but you fought wrong. I'm sorry, it won't happen again. Oh, man. I forgive you. Alright, I suppose I can tell you my name. I am Richard Wellington, the drifting virtuoso with a PhD in drifting, as it were. If you wanted to, you could call me the University Student in Transit.
Mr. Wellington, on the day of the murder, you were taking a stroll through the park, correct?
It would appear you are attached to that word, if you must by them all by means. But I remind you, I am in no way a prepubescent boy out on a walk with Mummy. If you must know,
Anyway, please testify to this court what you saw during your walk through the park.
See, you said it again, taking a walk. You know, you... What you witnessed will do, Mr. Wellington! I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my situation. I don't remember the time all that well, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. All of a sudden, a police officer falls from above, right in front of my eyes. Without a thought, I looked up and I meet the eyes of that charming young lady. Of course, I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant there. The only other thing I saw was the banana that fell with the police officer. That was certainly a decisive testimony.
Decisive? Ned, did you hear what he just said?
Yeah.
That's all you have to say? How can you be so calm?
It's strange. My mind is very calm and clear. Maybe it's because I believe in my client. You mean Maggie? Yes. If she really is innocent, that can only mean one thing. That guy is lying. You may now question the witness, Mr. Wright. I'll find out the truth no matter how well you craft your lies. You were at the park all afternoon. You seem to have a lot of free time. That was very rude of you, but then again, what can I expect? That's what you get from a man who graduated from a no-name trashy university. No-name? Trashy? Now, this might be hard for a mush-headed, feeble-minded baboon like you, but I have to think very carefully about the future of our great country. I thought you said you were thinking about which college to go to just now. Oh, please. Which university I go to will directly affect the very future of this country. This arrogant little shit. How did you know what time it was? I see you're not wearing a watch, so... Is that the best you can do? If you can discredit me just like that? You're a third-rate biased fool. I guess I can't expect real smarts from you. His arrogance is really intolerable. So what should I do now? Press him harder? Answer the question. How did you know what time it was? I can't believe I have to deal with a worm like you. You're just a shallow man who can only slam on desks and point at people for fun. I guess I don't have a choice. I'll try to explain so that even a third-rate simpleton like you can understand. There's this little thing they call a clock in the park. Do you get that? Do you know what a clock is? It's a thing that tells you the time. As you can see, Mr. Wright, it's even in this picture at the crime scene. Oh, so it is. I looked at that clock and that's how I knew the time. If you ask me, the whole... Oh, blah, 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 blah. Fuck off! And yet again, another flood of meaningless words. Talk about a first-class waste of time. In any case... Past 6. Yeah, that's correct. Excuse me. And how did you know he was a police officer? Really, Phoenix? You obviously have no idea how powerful my deductive reasoning skills are. With one glance I could tell what kind of occupation he held. That shoddy do-it-yourself hairstyle is... Oh, for fuck's sake. I suppose it was all because he was wearing a police uniform. Shouldn't that statement have come first? Wow, that's really impressive. Hey Nick, do you think he's figured out what I do? Even I haven't figured out that yet. Are you sure you got a good look at her face? Animals have this thing called an eye, Mr. Wright. They use this eye to see things. In the case of humans, we have 2 of them. Yes, even you. I don't care if I have them or not. Did you or did you not get a clear look at her face? That's what the witness was about to get to. I would like to request that Mr. Wright not use such a loud voice during questioning. Sustained. Mr. Wright, please refrain from raising your voice in this court. And please don't make me have to raise my voice. Are you finished? I'd like to continue, if that's all right with you. Of course I remember her sweet face. So you're sure you're not mistaken? please don't confuse your pitiful train wreck of a life with mine. I'm what you call a famous brand name product while you're only a cheap imitation. There is no way someone as magnificent as myself could have made such a mistake.
Of course, of course.
Of course. Did you notice anything else of interest, witness? The only other thing I saw was the banana that fell with the police officer. The banana? Well, it was actually more than just one, more like a bunch of bananas. What would a bunch of bananas be doing there? And why would I know such a thing? I'm only telling you what I saw.
That's really strange. Maggie never mentioned anything about a bunch of bananas. That's it, Nick. You're going to be lying about the bananas.
It could be, but there's no reason for him to lie about there being bananas at the crime scene. And what if it's not a lie?
Well, maybe he thought he was seeing one thing and it was something else.
I know it's a tutorial in case this is somebody's first Phoenix Wright game, but for fuck's sake. If he mistook something else as a bunch of bananas, then that would be an inaccuracy. Think, Phoenix, think. If my client is innocent, there's no way he could have seen what he says he did.
Which means if we can somehow show he's lying...
Yes, that's exactly what we need to do. Everyone can read minds now, apparently. She's right. She's got a sharp mind. I just wish I could remember who she is.
Is everything okay, Nick?
Mr. Wellington, I believe I have the bananas you saw right here. Ah, so you knew about the bananas too? Why didn't you say so earlier? You don't think you can use it as a way to pull more information out of me? I swear you'd be wrong. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Isn't that the baseball glove?
Huh? What? A baseball glove? Doesn't it look delicious? Care for a bite? That's not... no! Your Honour, I think this proves one very important fact. This witness has bad eyesight. By the way, just how bad are your eyes? Huh? What? Why are you asking me about this all of a sudden?
Your Honour, it's very simple to mistake a glove for a bunch of bananas.
No, I don't think so. Objection overruled.
You're one of those people. Yes, you know who I mean. You're like the people... Oh, for fuck's sake.
And that's why I asked you how bad your eyesight is.
They're both 20 of 200. I suppose you're going to tell me that's terrible, right?
Why are you not wearing your glasses today, then?
Because I lost them recently, you see. Of course, I was planning on getting a new pair made right away, but you know, my glasses are no ordinary glasses, so to replace them...
How about when you witnessed the crime? Were you wearing your glasses then? How about it, witness?
You're an unrelenting, evil man.
You're like those people who rejected Joan of... Oh, for fuck, here he goes again. Which boils down to you. Were you wearing your glasses at the time? Therefore, the identity of the woman of the scene of the crime and that of the defendant cannot be proven to be the same by this witness. But the height difference was only 9 feet. It was very possible for him to see the face of the culprit standing on the upper path. Witness, please be more accurate in your testimony. Remember, a person's life is at stake. Yes, Your Honour. Please continue with your testimony. Please tell the court what happens next in the moment after you witness the crime. The girl on the upper left path ran away as soon as she realised I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been 6:45 when I made the call. They must have a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes. So the person who was on the upper path saw you and ran away? Yes, that's correct. Which is why even someone without a superior brain like mine can understand that. The girl is the murderer. You may question the witness now, Mr. Wright. She ran away just like that? Yes, she did. She saw me and flew the nest like the guilty bird she is. I'm sorry, was that pun too hard for someone who only got a third-rate education? Actually, that did take me a few seconds to get. Anyway, if she ran away the instant she saw you, how could you tell it was my client? The witness has already answered that question. He has stated the defendant is the culprit. This is true, Mr. Wright. I'm striking your question from the record. How can I get more information out of him? Immediately? As in immediately? I mean, sure, a minute might have elapsed before I did, but that's the duty of every good citizen. Or did they not teach you that in your pitiful school? Do you think people learn how to call the police in college? Hey, Nick. I think you should take a look at the court record for a sec. Mr. Wellington, will you please take a look at this? You mean the victim's autopsy report? According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28 p.m. What of it? You said you called the police immediately after the murder took place. However, by the time you called the police, it was already 6:45. There's clearly a 15-minute gap here. Do you deny it? I think this court would like to hear what you were doing during this 15-minute gap. The witness was in shock at the time after witnessing a terrible murder. It's only to be expected that he would be a little dazed. 15 minutes is only what I would call a little dazed. Mr. Wellington! Yes? Explain yourself. What were you doing during those 15 minutes? Answer the question. Telephone. I mean, spit it out. I was searching for a phone booth. A phone booth? You mean you don't have a cell phone? You and your questions. You're trying to open all the layers of a Russian doll. I'm not even about to. You must think you're really something special. Witness. I lost my cell phone. There, are you happy? You lost it? Unbelievable. You lose your glasses and your cell phone. You must be very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings. What? Are you saying that first-rate people aren't allowed to lose things? Haven't you ever heard the old genius say, oh, fucking hell. Enough! Oh, man. Oh, man. Wait, hold on a second. He lost his cell phone? Nick, that cell phone, could it be? You mean the phone Maggie found? No way. I didn't see this coming. What should I do now? Mr. Wellington, where is your phone right now? What are you getting all excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my phone, I'll have you know. See, here it is. Oh, I see. Looks like he got his phone. I thought that just maybe this was his. Well then, I think we've cleared this issue up. At the time of the murder, the witness did not have his cell phone because he'd lost it. Therefore, the delay on this call was caused by his search for a phone booth. That's the gist of it. I guess you could put it that way and leave it at that. Do you have any further questions, Mr. Wright? Your Honour, the witness's testimony does not make any sense. I do not believe there was ever a need for the witness to search for a phone. How dare you! You can't just make outrageous claims like that. You have to have some sort of proof, you know. Well, yeah, of course. This evidence should be good enough, I think. Alright, let's have this proof then. Please present proof the witness had no need to search for a public phone booth. Well, there you go. It's right there. It's quite simple, actually. Please take a look at this. The crime scene photo. Is there a problem with it? Oh, there's nothing wrong with the picture. But if you don't understand my logic after looking at it, something's wrong with you. No! It's a phone booth! That's correct. All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps. Mr. Wellington, why did you not use the phone that was right in front of you? Order! Order! What does reporting the crime a little late prove for the defence? The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. That is the reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony. Yes, it's very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness? Then I bet this phone really is his, Nick. He must have killed Dustin to get his phone back. But Maggie said she was going to return it to him. There was no reason for him to kill for it. On top of that, we still have the phone she found anyway. But if he wasn't looking for his cell phone, maybe he was looking for something else. Was he? Mr. Wright! Yes, Your Honour? Do you have any thoughts you would like to share with this court? Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing those 15 minutes? There's only one possible explanation. Alright, let's hear your explanation. However, be forewarned, if your explanation is not persuasive, you will be penalised. Think carefully before you present, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honour. I probably shouldn't have said there was only one possibility. Please present to the court the one piece of evidence that will answer the following. Why didn't the witness call the police right away? Because he was playing silly buggers in the sand. Perhaps this is the evidence you need to be convinced. Perhaps. It was just an idea I thought I'd throw out. Okay, he was looking for his glasses then. I suggest that perhaps you should find a better piece of evidence. Yes, of course, Your Honour. Well then. What you do, you will be penalised. Ouch. Why didn't the witness call the police right away? There you go. Mr. Wellington. What? Don't do that. You almost gave me a heart attack. These are your glasses, aren't they? Where did you find... I believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. These glasses are in fact yours. I'll tell you where they were found, Mr. Wellington. These glasses were found under the victim's body. Under the victim's body? Order! Order! Wait a second, hold on. I didn't confess or confirm anything. Your Honour, I think the answer's quite clear here. As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew he had to find his glasses and searched frantically for them. What he didn't realise is they were under the victim's body. And that's why it took him 15 minutes to make a call. Mr. Wright, are you indicting the witness as the real murderer? Of course, that's precisely what I'm doing. Oh! I know I'm right. He's the real murderer. Did you figure it out, Nick? More or less. Turns out this cell phone was the key to the case after all. Anyway, now's our chance to deep six this guy. I'll sink him in one shot. Yeah! This is so exciting watching you work again. Somehow my old self is coming back to me. It's time to sink or swim. Everything rests on the edge of a knife. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Order! Order! Your Honour, the defence is making a mockery of this court. Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being the murderer. Yeah, that's right. I'm no criminal. This third-rate fraud of a lawyer. In that case, why don't we take a look from a different perspective? Let's hear your explanation as to why you're not the murderer. Well, that's easy. There's the name the victim wrote. What about that? Oh, you mean the name Maggie? Yeah, even an idiot like you can read that, right? But we already know this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggie with an EY, and the victim was left-handed. In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground. But, wouldn't that mean the real criminal was something the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would the person know her name was Maggie? This is a good point. The witness didn't even know Miss Bird before his trial. Oh, I forgot. Would there be any way this creep would have known Maggie's name beforehand? Yes. It would be best if I could prove the witness had a chance to learn that the defendant's name was Maggie. Now will the defense please present its case? How could the witness have known the defendant's name? Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct? So what if I didn't? When you realised you lost it, what did you do? What did I do? Did you try to find it by calling it? Like, how did you?
Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with...
Overruled! Mr. Wright, where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there's some relation between the witness's cell phone and this murder? I do, Your Honour. On the day of the murder, Maggie Bird picked up a lost phone in the park. And she'd also received a phone call from the owner of the phone.
Hello?
Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone.
Is it yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We'll meet up and we can give this back.
I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
You can call me Maggie.
That was when you learned her name was Maggie. But you made one fatal mistake. Fatal mistake? My client's name is Maggie with an EY, but the name you've written was Maggie with an IE. That's a mistake one can only occur if you knew how her name sounded. Order! Order!
But, Your Honor, the witness has no motive.
Your point is?
It's very simple, Your Honor. A person usually would not kill someone without a reason. Mr. Wellington has no reason to kill anyone.
That's absolutely correct. I don't have a motive. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, can you explain the motive this witness could have had? It's very simple, Your Honor. Are you sure, Nick? If I said I can't offer an explanation, the trial's over, right?
Yeah, but...
Please present to the court proof the witness's motive. Mr. Wellington's motive is right here. What's this? A list? These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found, and we have determined the people on this list are members of a certain group. You looked up all the numbers? Of course. This list of phone numbers was stored on the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artist group.
What? Con artists?
Can you explain why these numbers are on your phone, Mr. Wellington? This is an outrage. It's an invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers of a person's phone is worse crime than murder. You're one of those people, just like the cops who raid brilliant artists and blah 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 blah. I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I want from you is to tell me what this list is about. You think any of you know what it's like to be a refined man such as me?
Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness.
Objection overruled. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Why would the witness have the numbers of a group of con artists on his phone? Isn't it obvious? The witness is a member of that group. Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group. No! All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on this phone. If anyone here was looking to these phone numbers, it'd be all over for you. That is why you had to kill. This is too much! That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain? I've got you now. The police officer.
Your Honor!
What is it, Mr. Payne?
Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness.
You said the exact same thing only a few seconds ago.
Please let me think about the contents of that phone. Hello?
Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone.
Oh, is this yours? I'm glad you called. We'll meet up and I can give it back, eh? The defendant had already promised you would return the phone. After that, Mr. Wellington had to do his meat whisperer to get the phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone?
Oh, that's a valid point. What does the defense think about this? Think about it logically, and it does make sense.
Then maybe we should think outside the box.
Yeah, think a little like that. Let's see. Maybe the slime ball saw something at the crime scene that would make him want to commit murder. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? Yes. I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a very friendly manner.
But he was promised his phone. Why would he need to be unfriendly to the defendant?
I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there. Well then, Mr. Wright, what was this something that didn't agree with the witness? What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim.
The victim? You mean Dustin Prince?
Dustin Prince had gone on his date right after his shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform. Oh! The girl that picked up my phone knew a policeman. He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the police would ask a few questions before returning the phone. If I do anything suspicious, he might want to check on my phone. In his mind, it was possible they'd already run a check on the phone. And he went into a panic, is that what you're saying? Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform. Mr. Payne, do you have any comments?
I'm thinking.
It seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are... Impressive. Not bad for a person with a third-rate education. What's that supposed to mean? The evidence.
This guy's really tripping me out.
You've been waiting around talking about the suspicious cell phone, suspicious number this, suspicious con group that, all on that phone. But who's to say the phone is really mine? What's your proof? Your evidence. You want proof this phone is yours? I already told you earlier. The phone I lost, I already found it. You don't have the slightest idea who the phone in your hand belongs to. But you can be sure it isn't mine, you simpleton. What? Oh, it feels good to see you squirm. We do seem to have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence. Your Honor, this is bad. I can't let them turn the tables like this. This cell phone. There has to be something I overlooked. There has to be. Maybe. I've got it. We should check the fingerprints. Fingerprints? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left prints on the phone. Nick, don't you remember? We got that from Maggie. You wiped it. Oh, fuck. I what? You said there was sandal over it, so... Wiped it. I wiped it. Pretty thoroughly, too. Oh, it's so much fun watching third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves. Oh, he's made a complete recovery. How many times do I have to say this? This phone right here you see is mine. Incidentally, you can't check the numbers stored on this phone. It must have glitched because of all the numbers magically disappeared. You've got to be joking. He erased the numbers I was going to use as evidence. Mr. Wellington. What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you. Where did you finally find your cell phone? Oh, you're too much. Of course you have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh my god. Now I remember! Huh. Looks like they hung up. Good. I finally found it. So that's when. What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? You wear a harsh glare in your eyes. Nick, you've worked so hard to get this far, but if you don't do something quick, he's going to get off scot-free. I know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that? Mr. Wright, if you can't prove who the owner of that cell phone is, your indictment has no basis and therefore no power. Looks like you came a penny short. Where did I go wrong? Don't blame yourself, you're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet. Who am I? The court hereby concludes the cross-examination. If that would be all, I'd like to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at that ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town. Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go like that? Please wait, Your Honor. Oh, right, Nick. I think I may be able to prove it. Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright? Everything. Your Honor, the cross-examination's already ended. Besides, the defense is just going to badger the witness with more inane questions. You will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright? Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney. Please, Your Honor. Very well, but this is your last chance, Mr. Wright. Safety save, safety save. You may present one piece of evidence to the court. I only get one shot at this. If you cannot prove everything, it's over for your client and for you. Do you fully understand? Yes, Your Honour. I'm sure you're all aware, Your Honour, but the cross-examination period has ended. Were you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence. Oh. Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance. Please present one piece of evidence that will explain everything. I wonder. This is the only thing I haven't presented yet, save for my badge. Why, thank you, how nice! Here, please have one of mine. Judge's business card. It's written in fancy script, the ink is strong and clear, but I still can't read it. Wait, what am I doing? This isn't the time to be exchanging business cards! Your Honour, there's something very important about that card, and it's what's on the back. This card is important because of what is on the back. You wrote your cell phone number on the back, but that's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone? Huh? Right now, but court is in session. It's okay, you'll see. Okay, if you say so. Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright? We're going to call my cell now, and then the court will see everything for what it is. Of all the idiotic, stupid things to... Oh! What? Why is my phone? What's with that stupid sounding ringtone? Mr. Wellington. How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone. You're... Ah! No, I can't! By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say, when you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one. So that's what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington. A man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. And in order to hide his involvement with the con artist group, he's become paranoid and lost all ability to make rational judgment. Then, Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding is Mr. Wellington's, naturally. Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne? He was arrested and taken away, Your Honour. Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird, not guilty. That is all. Court is adjourned. knew the real you would shine through eventually. That's Emma again. I'm so moved by what you've done for me, Yai. Thank you so much, Mr. Reitman. I feel really bad for Dusty. He didn't do anything to deserve this. Oh, it's probably because of me. Huh? My whole life's been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? It can't be that bad, can it? Since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building? I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed almost every test I ever taken, experienced every kind of disaster, never won or even tied a game of tic-tac-toe. My life's really been nothing but a string of disasters. That's pretty bad. Up until I went to college, I was known as the Goddess Misfortune. And now at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless? What's worse is my misfortune always seems to latch onto those around me. What do you mean? When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help. That's right, you were talking about this earlier. It happened again recently too, sir. An old lady pacing back and forth by a pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand. Before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house. Oh. I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me. That's not true. The glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts. Oh, I see. Everything's my fault. Dusty's death, your head being all messed up. Oh, I don't think my head's as messed up yet. I'm gonna find a new life for myself starting now. Next time we meet, I'm sure I'll find a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir. Yeah, after all, the Goddess of Misfortune's only a name. You bet. I'm gonna make it, I promise. Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess. Yeah, that's the spirit. Well, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going. Okay, good luck to you. Thanks. You take care of yourselves too. Oh, what a horrible day. I've got my memory back, but things are still a little fuzzy. But now you're okay, and that's what counts. You really have me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office. I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So this might sound bad, but, who are you? What? I thought you said you got your memory back. At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Gumshoe. He's someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases, but he's also been a good ally during others. The Judge. He's a lovable, kind old man who's easily swayed by other people's opinions, but in the end he always comes up with the right verdict. This person, I haven't got a clue. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaken me for someone else. Get fucked, Payne. And this girl, Maya? You finally remembered. This is Maya Fey, my assistant. That's right. I have so many unforgettable memories about her. For example, Earth to Nick, what's wrong? You keep staring at me. Don't tell me you've missed me. Oh, well, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Oh? Well, I'm back now, so it's time for us to create new memories together. Alright, sounds good. All the numbers in my phone were erased by Mr. Wellington. I guess I have to start over from the beginning. Come on, Nick, let's go to our usual burger joint. Okay. Actually, it hasn't been that long since she came back into my life. And that story began one rainy afternoon 2 months ago.